If you want all the latest news of NBA 2K and also NBA in general, you should follow me on my Twitter account at PackHoopsYT. Not only that, I do giveaways all the time when it comes to VC, games, and also even consoles. So check it out, follow me, and see you there. ¿Qué pasa to the pack? It is Pack here, and I'm continuing my little mini series of roster updates for the playoffs. Now 2K doesn't update the rosters anymore after the regular season, but I still want to go over the players that I think when NBA 2K23 drops, they're going to need a rating update, especially after how they're performing in these playoffs. We already did the first round. The second round just ended, so I'm going to cover the players that I think need changes. Before this video starts, if you like this kind of content, please join the pack and subscribe and leave a like on the video to help the video grow. It is essential to help the channel succeed. Let's get the video started. Starting with the Philadelphia 76ers, and this is the last time I'm going to be naming them this 2K, sadly. Rest in peace to them. Basically, they were struggling with injuries, and it just wasn't, they weren't going to beat the Heat. It's a shame. Maybe if they were healthy, who knows? But with the team that they had injury-wise, it just wasn't enough. James Harden did not step up. The only way they were going to win that series is if James Harden went nuclear and became regular season Rockets Harden. But we saw postseason Harden that just doesn't know how to score in the playoffs and just, he struggled. He just didn't pull it off. It is what it is. He's a great NBA player, but I think when it matters most, if you're just not succeeding, you need to go down. So -1 for James Harden, and it's absolutely deserved. And Tyrese Maxey, I think +2. Tyrese Maxey absolutely deserves it. He was the best player on the team that series, just straight up, in my opinion, personally. He looks good. I think he's a great player they're going to have for a long time. And he kind of showed me that he can definitely step up. And when they're healthy, who knows? They could be contenders next season. But yeah, not saying anything besides +2 for Tyrese Maxey is a lie, because he's stepped up the entire year. Absolutely deserved. Besides that, for the 76ers, I don't think there's much else to talk about. Now, for the Milwaukee Bucks, the last time we're going to talk about them again, another team that's unfair to talk about because Chris Middleton was injured, so they were never going to be the Celtics. They maybe had a little chance, but Drew Holiday didn't play good offensively enough to make it happen, and it's just harder for him to score when he's being focused on more, because he's usually the third option instead of the second option like Chris Middleton. But we're not going to downgrade him. I don't think we're downgrading Giannis either. I think maybe Bobby Portis deserved a -1. They probably needed him to do a little better, and he just kind of didn't. But the player that did step up for sure is Pat Connaughton. He was the third best player on this team that series. He was everywhere. He was using his athleticism to get open shots. I think he really showed up, while other players I think just didn't. And that's a positive, but at the end of the day, they just, with losing your shot creator, your main shot creator, because Giannis drives and will hit maybe an open three here and there and maybe a fade. But Chris Middleton's your shot creator. When you don't have your shot creator in the playoffs, you're going to struggle. So at least Pat Connaughton stepped up. So +1 for him, maybe that's really it. For the Celtics, who are currently 1-1 against the Heat, and Jimmy Butler just got hurt right now, so they might come back against them right now. But okay, I think everybody can agree that Jason Tatum +2. He is looking like a superstar. And who knows, if Jimmy Butler stays hurt, they could absolutely be going to their first finals. Think about this, just Jason Tatum's, I don't know if this is his second or third conference finals appearance, right? So he's been doing this. He's only 23. I think he's a proven superstar now. And I think he needs to go up for sure after that series. Absolutely. I think Jaylen Brown also deserves a +2 because of this last series. I don't think he's necessarily doing good against his Heat, but against the Bucks, he did fantastic. He was the most efficient player on the team. +2, 88 overall. I know it's pretty high for him, but he played that way in that series. Absolutely deserved. We're going to keep going though. Marcus Smart, I think, needs to be tied with Robert Williams, or at least one below Robert Williams, because he was not only the best perimeter defender on the team, he was actually scoring some of the most points on the team as well. Super underrated, showing up in the playoffs, deserves it. Al Horford +1. It's funny, we were talking about how low-key this man is in his prime at 35 years old. It's kind of insane. Everyone on this team's eating, and another player, I know we're still talking about the Celtics, but Grant Williams, maybe even +3 for him. Was shooting threes in the corner, playing good defense. What more could you ask for someone that's a role player? 78, easy. He was fantastic. He was even better than Derek White, if we're being honest. So, yeah, just everyone on the Celtics needs to go up. Grizzlies, super quickly. John Moran was averaging 38 points in 3 games. He got injured, so he couldn't keep playing. But Yeah, I mean, the dude's a superstar. I mean, it's crazy to say +1 would make him a 94 overall, but like, when you're playing that good, what is there more to say? There's no one else to really talk about because I don't think anyone else did good enough of a job. But John Morant's just that dude, and I think +1 for him, for real. So for the Miami Heat, I'm going to say Jimmy Butler +1. He was a 93 at the start of the season, so I think he should stay there. He's the leading scorer for this team. He's one of the best defenders on the team. He shows up in the playoffs. He makes tough shots. He's a superstar. He's a bona fide superstar. If they're healthy, I think they have a serious chance of making the finals and maybe even winning it. But Jimmy Butler needs to stay healthy. But in that last series, absolutely deserved. Showed the Sixers that they should have never let him go. Absolutely +1. And then after that, I don't know. No one really stood out like crazy, so that's all I'm going to say. But still, the whole team's playing well. For the Mavericks, obviously Luka Doncic is playing out of his mind, looking like a superstar, saying a 96 overall, which would make him 1 overall away from being the best player in the NBA. I'm not afraid to say that. Luka Doncic is valid. Look at this team ratings-wise. He has no player above an 81 overall, and he's in the conference finals. And he had a good chance of winning game 2 against the Warriors. I mean, this guy, he beat the Suns, bro. They went to the finals last year. I mean, absolutely valid. Look at this team and tell me he's not a 96 overall. Absolutely. But I will say that Jalen Brunson is not an 81 overall. He should be like an 83. I think so. He's a good shot creator. He was definitely making some shots he had no business making. He showed up as much as he could. I think that he's been the closest thing they could have to a number 2, and he showed up, especially in the first series that he played. So I think, yeah, 83 overall feels correct. For the Phoenix Suns, no one. I'm not saying anyone should be downgraded, but no one deserves to be upgraded at all. No one. No one did what they were supposed to do against the Mavericks, and they deserve to not have any updates. That is ridiculous. Unacceptable for the Suns. They fumbled the bag this series. Absolutely. And finally, the name that we have been saying all damn year. Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole. We keep saying his name. 2K, he needs an update. 2K, he needs an update. We said it the first month of the game. I said that ratings-wise, he is the second best player on this team. He's been consistently doing it all year. How is he not an 83 overall? Yes. Am I saying he should be tied with Wiggins, Klay Thompson, Green? Yes, I am. You could argue that maybe Klay should go up 1. You could argue that Andrew Wiggins is such a good defender that maybe he should go up 1 as well, maybe even 2. But Poole should be an 83. Absolutely. He is the second leading scorer on this team all season. What is there more to say? The guy, and he's showing up in the playoffs. Bro, it's disrespectful at this point that he's not at least an 83, and he probably should be even more, okay? That's it for this video. That's all I have to say. I'm excited about these playoffs. They're super fun to watch so far. What do you guys think about it? Leave it in the comments below. And if you like this kind of content, please join the pack and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.